Hello traders and market club members everywhere. Well, it's September and it's choppy September as we start out the month. We had a strong down day yesterday and we had a little bit of a recovery rally today. Let me call it a dead cat bounce, but the reality is the trend is still clearly down in these markets and you should be very careful. They're going to move very quickly and they're going to be choppy, so be on your guard with these markets. We're looking at the Dow. This is a daily chart of the Dow. You can see it's up a little bit, but all of our trade triangles remain negative, and that's the key thing. You're also below the parabolic. You're also below the 50 line in the RSI. All of these things are negatives. They're not positives for this market. We want to see more trading action, and by more trading action I mean we want to see the market maybe just consolidate a little bit around these levels, maybe go back and forth like this for a while, and then we'll get a better idea of what's going to happen. But generally speaking, this is going to be, that's where we're caught between this space and this space. Remember, we had the Fibonacci retracement pretty much right on the money, and that's when the market reversed. So let's see how it plays out. This is the S&P 500, and you can see that same pattern there. All triangles are red, below the 50 line, the RSI, that's a resistance line now, and also we're below the parabolic. So again, came very close to the retracement levels. Let's just put that on just to show you again, 50% retracement on the pullback, and we've come back down again. So I think generally speaking, same pattern there, go sideways and then probably continue to go down. We'll have to watch and see what happens with the news out of China, the news from the Fed, and the election. So there's a lot to look forward to. NASDAQ, the same picture. It's like deja vu. They're all the same. The trend is down in the NASDAQ, its trend is down on the RSI, and it's the only thing that's maybe saving this is the parabolic is below the market, so indicating that we may see more of a trading range, which we expect to see anyway. But generally speaking, negative on this market. Now let's look at some markets that we're potentially buying. One is the euro, and what we're seeing in the euro is the potential for one of the markets we're potentially interested in buying is the euro, because we do have our weekly and monthly, which is good. We're just waiting for the daily to turn green. Once that turns green, we want to be a buyer, and I would say that could happen in the next few days. If that happens, we want to be a buyer and go long the euro, short the dollar. Also, you're coming into support level on the RSI. This 50 line is support, and we expect that level to hold the current move. This is a nice pullback, and also you have a nice trend line in this market. You can see right here. So I think it's a very low risk buy if you get that green daily arrow. So watch that support in the line. You could support in the RSI. I think it's a good trade. Crude oil, same thing there. You've pulled right back to the support line of 50. You've got the weekly and the daily up. No one's bullish on crude oil, which is probably the good thing. I remember everybody was bearish here and we're going to go to the low 30s. Well, that didn't happen, and we had a big rally. So we've come back down. We're seeing a little bit of support coming in the RSI, and you're above the parabolic. Just be a buyer of this market. In my opinion, I would be a buyer, and I'd put a stop below this low right here, which is 43.60. So there you go. This is gold. Gold is very interesting now. We've got a weekly and a daily positive. We had a signal up at the daily on. You can see that came in right here a couple of days ago at 1140.62. It's 137.67, about $3 lower. I think it's probably a buy right now because you're getting close to the support level here. I would be a buyer, and I'd put a stop below this low here. It's $1,126.10. Let me write that down for you. So the low would be, so we want to be a buyer and put a stop at $1,126.10. So let's see how that plays out. Okay, there you have it. You have the euro, you have gold, and you have crude oil. Crude oil you can actually trade through a USO, which is an ETF. So I'm Adam Hewison for Market Club. Remember, these are choppy markets. Be careful. Protect your capital at all costs. There's going to be some great opportunities coming in September. Just be patient and be ready to take the advantage of the markets when they occur. Have a great trading day, everyone. Thanks for watching.